KCS Channel 29 presents Peninsula District Boys Basketball. The Hampton Crabbers hosting the Lafayette Rams. From Hampton High School, this is Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble. Welcome to tonight's game between the Hampton Crabbers in first place at 13-2 in the district and the Lafayette Rams 6-9 in the district, 6th place overall. And while we've got a moment, we're going to switch across the court. And AG, I understand you have the opposing coaches.
Right, Tim, we have Jerry Ferry and Walter Brow. And Jerry, a big game for Lafayette tonight. What are you going to do against the Crabbers?
Well, we can try to slow them down and keep them off the boards, hopefully. They have a very solid basketball club. Everybody, I don't see any weaknesses anywhere, so it's going to be hard to try to exploit anything.
What do you expect from them?
A lot of pressure, a lot of shooting, fast-paced basketball game. 90-point game for them is nothing. We can't play at that pace.
All right, thank you. Walter, this is a very important game for the Crabbers. Winning that district race outright is very important. Your thoughts, and what's Lafayette, what do you expect from them?
Well, I expect Lafayette to come in and play tough because they usually play us tough. Jerry does a good job in preparing his team, on any night. So I don't expect any different tonight. So, it's going to be tough out there.
Is the team ready, and do they recognize the importance?
Oh, yeah, they know the importance of the ball game. This game means everything to us.
Okay, Walter, good luck. And Jerry, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Walter Brown and Jerry Ferry.
All right, AG, thank you very much. We'll be getting to the starting lineups momentarily. Just a brief discussion about what has happened in the past year. Hampton, last time they played Lafayette, they played them on the 10th of January and defeated them in Lafayette's gymnasium 99-62. Now, we saw a different Hampton team last week against Denby, Bob. I think you might comment a little bit on the lack of scoring last week, but I think the reason was more of the defense exhibited by the Denby Patriots, a good basketball team.
Absolutely. Denby Patriots has a good team. Dennis Katufas does a good job, and a lot of times what he'll do is he'll run and wear you out because his teams are so well conditioned. But this Hampton team is not only big, but they're fast and they can run. And as we was talking to Bobby Croft during the last ball game, he can go down the bench 10 deep and not lose anything out on the floor. So Denby last week came out, slowed it down, walked the ball down, which kept the score down, and they figured if they did that, they had a better chance to stay in the game. I don't know what Jerry Ferry is going to do. I did get a chance to see him play Kickintan a couple weeks ago, but Milan Brown, Kickintan's leading scorer and the district leading scorer, was sick with a 104 temperature, did not play. Lafayette ended up beating Kickintan. I don't think they could have beat him as handily. I don't even know if they could have beat him had Brown been there, because you lose your team leader and your leading scorer. But it's going to be an interesting ball game tonight. It all depends on what Ferrier's going to do defensively. If he tries to run with Hampton, it's going to be Katie Boy at the door. And if Hampton gets the ball inside, which they can, there's nobody in Lafayette can handle Hampton's inside game, and that'll open up the outside for Swan and Baker.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we welcome you to Hampton High.
I don't know if you realize
we extend a special welcome to
both
our
those
guests
officials
from Lafayette
graduated from
High School.
Hampton High School, so that ought to help a little bit.
Okay.
Words of wisdom.
Bobby Croft doesn't miss doesn't miss anything.
Talking about our officials, both according to Bobby, I can't say this confirmed, but Buzzy Blanchard is one official and Royce Boyden is the other. That's Boyden on the left, and
Right.
Buzzy Blanchard. Buzzy was referee when we did the Phoebus Kickintan game a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, he was.
Jeff Roberts.
All right, let's get the introductions for the starting lineups. Jeff Roberts of Lafayette being
Number
introduced.
12, Jason Simpson.
Jason Simpson, number 12, will also be a starter for the Rams.
Number 24, Dirk Williams.
Number 24,
Number 32,
Dirk Williams.
Gerald Wynn.
Gerald Wynn, number 42, at
Number 52,
another position.
Carlos Frazier.
And Carlos Frazier will round out
The
the
Rams
starting
are coached
five
by
for the
Mr.
Rams.
Jerry Ferrier.
Jerry Ferrier is the head coach at Lafayette.
Hawthorne.
And Jerry Ferry does a good job, Tim. He's assisted by Wayne Freeman.
And now here are your starters for the homestanding Crabbers of
Now
Hampton
for the
High.
Hampton Crabbers, 13-2.
Number 24, Gannon Baker.
Gannon Baker, number 24. The Crabbers have won 8 games in a row coming into
Number
this one.
22, Cedric Williams.
Cedric Williams Number 22 averaging 14 points a ball game. Eric Hunter, the all-everything quarterback for the football team, and he's done a very good job for the basketball team. Aaron Monday, one of his football teammates. And Kevin Swan rounds out the starting five. Swan averaging 17.2 points per game.
Well, I tell you what, is Walter Brower is a coach, and he is assisted by Art Jones and David Blizzard, but Walter was able to insert Gannon Baker into the lineup, which took some pressure off of Kevin Swan because Baker is a good shooter. And now you can't concentrate on one or the other like they could before, and he's got some tremendous bench strength.
Air Force Junior ROTC color guard.
We're having the presenting of the colors, and we will have, following that, our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Yeah, we did get a chance to mention who the coaches are,
and you did get the officials too, I believe.
Yeah, we got. By the way, I know this is going to be difficult, but remember back to the night that we did the game between Kecoughtan and Phoebus, and there was a kicked ball at about the center of the court, and it was ruled to belong to, I think it was Kecoughtan, and I said, oh, I think the official blew that call. It looked like it went off of the foot of the other team. He came over just before the game and says, I saw the game. You're right. I blew that call.
So well, that's great that they will admit.
He said we did a good job, and of course we complimented him that night. The officials do a real fine job. Basketball officiating is something I wouldn't do. There's not enough money in the world to make me do an officiating job in basketball, but these guys do a super job, and they don't get paid much. It's car fare, basically. We're underway as the Hampton Crabbers control the tip. This is Kevin Swan. Kicks it over to Cedric Williams. This is Gannon Baker.
And I'm sorry, now Lafayette is playing a tough man-to-man, and that might be right into Hampton's, right into their hands. They'll really work that ball good.
Cedric Williams gets the basket, and he's fouled.
And that was just a motion offense. And Cedric Williams was coming off of a screen going right down the middle. The Lafayette player tried to pick up the screen, or the charge, but got there too late, Tim.
The foul is charged to Gerald Wynn. There you're going to watch the replay. Watch as the Crabbers moving around, as you mentioned, and then Williams goes to the bucket. And he gets the three-point play as he gets the free throw. And Hampton leads 3-0. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. We're just underway. Game being played Tuesday night, Valentine's Day, here at the Hampton Gymnasium. Shot by Lafayette is way off the mark. Back come the Crabbers. This is Eric Hunter. Gannon Baker inside for Aaron Monday. Everybody on the Hampton gets to touch the ball. This is Williams to Baker. Baseline jumper off the heel of the rim, no good. And back come the Lafayette team. Jason Simpson with the rebound for the Rams.
Well, after the Hampton score, you're going to see him set up in a 1-2-1-1 press. And that's what caused that errant shot last time.
Inside, and without any question, Carlos Frazier is hammered.
Well, and this is where you try to tell the kids, Tim, when you foul, don't be so forceful. You might have got the block. But he came down with such force that there was no idea, no doubt in the mind of that official that there was going to be a foul called.
Carlos Frazier will go to the free throw line and watch the replay here. You're going to see Aaron Monday just hammer Frazier.
He got the ball good, Tim, but he got a lot of body too.
Yeah, he got a lot of bodies, right. I could call that one. I talk about not wanting to officiate. That one I could have called. First one is good by Frazier. Second one is no good, and Eric Hunter gets the rebound. 3-1, Hampton in the lead. Hampton can clinch the regional berth, a first place on the line tonight. If Hampton wins, they are the regional participants automatically, and they will win the Peninsula District outright. Double team the ball in the back court, stolen, and Kevin Swan puts it in. 5-1 Hampton. Hampton showing full court pressure. And the pressure pays off again as Eric Hunter comes up with the ball for the Crabbers. Swan to Williams on the right side. He's guarded closely by Jeff Roberts. Kick it out to Hunter. Hunter finds Gannon Baker. He'll drive the lane, kick it back to Hunter. This is Swan. Cedric Williams, baseline jumper, no good. And a rebound underneath by Hunter. He was fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Well, they got two big horses underneath that basket, one on one side and the other side as Eric Hunter and Aaron Mundy, and they are dominant factors when it comes to rebounding, both offensively and defensively. And the missed shot was put right back up by Eric, who was fouled. And before the official could quit blowing the whistle, you'll notice here on the instant replay that Mundy was catching the ball and putting it right back up. And here's the missed shot. Well, we didn't get to see the end of that, but the missed shot and then the subsequent foul on the rebound by Hunter.
Hunter cans the first. And he's perfect for 2 tries at the free throw line, and it's 7-1 Hampton. A little more than 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jeff Roberts has it stolen. Kevin Swan puts the left-hander up, no good, and it's batted out of bounds, and they'll say it belongs to the Crabbers.
That was really an unorthodox shot by Swan. It didn't look like it even had a chance, but it almost went in.
Swan from 3-point range, got it. But Kevin Swan, who was held down to 5 points last week against Denby, has 5 here early in the going, and his team leads 10-1. Going to the hoop strongly is 42 Gerald Wynn for his first bucket of the night. This is Gannon Baker throwing it inside for Hunter. It's knocked away. Back come the Rams. This is Dirk Williams driving on Baker, and Baker will be called for the foul.
And he's not real happy with the foul. Again, that's one of these instances when the offensive man initiated the contact, but Baker did not get over and establish himself in that particular area, and that's why the foul went against him.
That's the second team foul. Nice feed underneath and a good block by Eric Hunter. Roberts for 3, yes. Jeff Roberts hits his first basket. And just like that, it's a 4-point difference, 10-6 Hampton, after having led 10-1. Hunter from 17, yes.
He's really developed into a nice offensive player. He's more defensively oriented. And that's the second one on Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. Aaron Monday called for the personal foul.
And in number 52 coming in, that's Ash. Mark Ash is coming in. He will replace Aaron Monday.
Monday checks out with no points. And 52 Carlis Frazier will have 2 shots coming. Watch the replay here. You can see Monday very clearly did a good job of blocking the ball, but his body momentum carried him into Frazier. Frazier hits the free throw. He's got 2 for 3 from the line so far. 4:55 left here in the first quarter. And Frazier is now 3 for 4 from the free throw line, and his team trails by 4. Hampton will bring it up. This is Kevin Swan, one of the leaders throughout the district this year and the last year in scoring. Cedric Williams gives to Mark Ash. Gannon Baker stepped on the out-of-bounds line. He took his pivot foot and kept it in place, but swung his other foot back there and just scraped it along.
Well, he was getting ready to push off and go, and ended up stepping out of bounds.
Turnover gives the ball to Lafayette, and they can bring it within 2, and they do. So Carlos Frazier hits his first basket, and it's 12-10.
And Walter's not out very happy because the Mark Ash was not where he should have been on that press.
Cedric Williams from deep in the corner doesn't go, knocked out of bounds. It should belong to Hampton. Getting ready to check in for the Crabbers will be Giovanni Williams, number 42, and he will replace Eric Hunter, who has 4 points on a basket and 2 free throws. 4:15 left in the first quarter. And Mark Ash stepped on the out-of-bounds line. So the Crabbers turn it over again. Off to a bit of a shaky start here.
Well, and they started off so confident, and it just seems like this last series, 2 or 3 series, they have just turned the ball over.
Inside, nice move as Carlos Frazier has quickly put 7 points on the board, and it's a tie ball game at 12. Shot no good by Williams, and back come Lafayette with a chance to take the lead.
And they will get the ball inside. They're not afraid to move that ball inside against the Crabbers, as we've seen already.
Nice move to the bucket by Jerome Wright, number 22, and Lafayette has taken the lead.
And that was just poor defense. The defender just let the man drive right on by him, and you can't do that.
Williams back to Williams. Gannon Baker. From 3-point range, Kevin Swan. 8 points for Swan, and it's a 1-point Hampton lead, 15-14. And a whistle before the shot. This is on Gannon Baker. That'll be his second. Lafayette has come to play.
Well, Jerry Ferrier's teams are well prepared, and you know that Hampton's going to press you and give you pressure, so you just take it right back to him, and that's what he's doing right now, and he's getting the ball inside and put pressure on Hampton's big men.
We have a whistle and a foul before the shot, and that will be charged against Mark Ash, number 52 of the Crabbers. And it's still not in bonus time, so this will be a player control foul.
No, this is a bonus, Tim. That was the 5th team foul.
They hadn't posted it when I looked at the board, and they have since. You're absolutely right. So it will be a 1-and-1 for Carlos Frazier, who's 2 for 3. Check that, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. And he's got 7 points so far. A couple of those baskets came from in close as he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Back come the Crabbers. Hampton leading by a point. Eric Hunter is back in the ball game for Hampton, and now as well as Paul Blackman, who has checked in the game for the first time. Kevin Swan is getting warm. He's got 10 points here in the first quarter, 10 of his team's 17.
Well, he's a streak shooter.
Knocked away, and a jump ball, and the arrow of possession points to the Hampton basket, meaning that Lafayette will get the ball.
Well, it's pointed towards the Lafayette basket.
Yeah. Whatever. Nice move down the lane. Dirk Williams all alone for the two. And it's back to a 1-point Hampton lead, 17-16. 2:15 left here in the first quarter. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and A.G. Womble. This game means everything to the Hampton Crabbers. They win this game, they have an automatic regional berth. They lose, then they have to decide whether Ferguson...
Well, they'll do a playoff. It'll be a playoff.
Well, it depends now if Ferguson loses tonight.
Well, I don't think Ferguson's going to lose to Menchville.
Stranger things have happened. Hampton's not supposed to lose to Lafayette.
But Menchville hasn't won but one ball game.
They're shooting for 2 in a row, I understand. Giovanni Williams, I think I got the teams. Yeah, Ferguson is in second place. But let's not count Hampton out of this thing by any means. They've got a lot of ball game left, and Kevin Swan is continuing to roll.
And what makes your team work offensively is your defensive pressure, and that's exactly what happened that time. The defense turned the ball over, and Hampton got an easy basket.
Kevin Swan with 12 points here in the first quarter. Inside, shot up and no good. Cedric Williams with the rebound for the Crabbers. Gives to Paul Blackman. Inside it goes, and a foul charged against Lafayette. This one will be called against Dirk Williams, number 24. That'll be his first. That's the third team foul. 1:07 left in the quarter. 21-16, Hampton leading by 5. Get it into Eric Hunter. Back to Paul Blackman. This is Kevin Swan. Blackman again. Blackman penetrates, dishes it off. Reverse layup, no good. Hunter with the rebound, puts it in.
That's a strong rebound by Eric Hunter, and he went up and over the top of, but never made contact with the other rebounder.
6 points for Hunter on the putback. Lafayette will fire 3-point range, no good. And Hunter, check that, Cedric Williams couldn't grab control at the baseline and lost it. It'll go back to the Rams. Substitution now for Hampton. And coming in the ball game is Glenn Newby for the Crabbers, number 34. Play number 5 is the call from Coach Walter Brower. This is Newby, Glenn Newby, just in the ball game. We didn't see him last week.
No, it's just only the 15 seconds, Tim. What they're doing is just taking it down. They're going to get the last shot. Now, they need to start about 10 seconds. You need to shoot with about 6 to go so that you have a chance for a rebound.
Shot blocked, forced up, off the glass, no good. Tipped by Newby, no good. And Hunter couldn't get the shot away before the buzzer sounded. And we've played one quarter. And after one quarter, the Hampton Crabbers lead 23-16. I hear AG's Mike. Where is he?
Tim?
Yeah.
Kind of behind you over your right shoulder. And we're with Arnie Baker. Arnie, 23-16. It was a little ragged there at times.
I thought Hampton has a lot to look forward to tonight, and I think they're playing a little tense. They came out on top at the end of this quarter, but I think Lafayette came to really play tonight, and Hampton's explosive, and I think we're going to be okay.
All right, Arnie Baker, a lot of people don't know, but played on the 64 team that made it to the state finals. Arnie, had that team compared with this year's team?
Oh, we'd have beat them, no question. We'd have beat them to death. We weren't as quick.
Would you run the score up on them?
Would have been nice to them. No, this is a good team. This team is a very good team. They're very patient. They're very unselfish and play well. Plus, they can take the ball from you anytime. So it'd have been fun to play them, but I think they're a little bit better shape than we were.
All right, Arnie, thanks a lot. Tim, Bob, back to you. Former Crabber here.
I'm glad he said that.
AG,
but you know, it's hard to... Go ahead, Tim. I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask AG if he'd ask Baker to reminisce about some of his teammates, just bring back some of the names from the teams he played on. I remember a lot of them, and I was trying to remember some of them.
Arnie, they asked a question, who were some of your teammates?
From that 64
Warren
team.
Chapman, who went on to play for Duke. W.R. Deskins, who went on to play for VPI. Bobby Creasman went on to play for Old Dominion University. And Mike Yearwood and I played for Randolph-Macon College. So all 5 of us on that team went and played college basketball.
All right.
All right, thank you, AJ. And the reason I brought that up is that was my senior year at good old HHS, and I do remember all of those players very distinctly. I was one of the fans that sat in the stands and supported them through thick and thin. That was the year that a guy named Jimmy Rama and Chris Ellis and some of those boys played for the Typhoon of Newport News and kind of ruined our year that year.
Tim?
Yeah.
Arnie reminded me that Chapman averaged 20 that year, and he averaged 16.
I remember that team like it was yesterday, and I hate to tell you, but this was 25 years ago that we're talking about. But those were the good old days. That was the year that Hampton went to finals in Richmond, and they had to play 2 games on the same day. Now, you talk about tough. They had to play a morning game, and they played one team, and Newport News played another team, and they played an afternoon game the same day.
And if I'm not mistaken, the only team to beat Hampton that year was Newport News.
And they did it 4 times. How well I remember. Eric Hunter picks up his first personal foul. The Crabbers giving Lafayette a couple of extra tries here. There you see Walter Brower, head coach at Hampton. Art Jones to his left and David Blizzard to his right, looking on with some concern.
Well, he's a little upset because when you're got the inside position on that foul shot and there's a missed foul shot, you should get the ball. What happened was the Lafayette player got the ball plus got fouled, so they end up with a 3-point play. So that's could be as much as a 5-point swing.
It's a 3-point lead for Hampton, 23-20. 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Of course, if we didn't say it, we should mention that Gannon Baker for the Crabbers is Arnold Baker's son. Aaron Monday, did he travel? Yes.
Yeah.
Mark Ash will come back in for the Hampton Crabbers. Eric Hunter will take a breather. Coach Brower has nothing to say to Mr. Hunter as he walks by. 23-20, Hampton leading by 3. And that ball thrown away as the Lafayette Rams mixed up their signals.
Well, and Hampton was in a different defensive set that time. It looked like a 1-1-3 defense zone, and they just threw the ball away.
Set the Crabbers for you. This is Mark Ash with Kevin Swan, Paul Blackman into Cedric Williams, and Aaron Monday rounds out the 5. And that one was put in by Cedric Williams, number 22. That's his 4th and 5th point of the first half. 6:40 left here in the first half. 25-20, Hampton by 5. Frazier's shot is short, but it works just like a pass as Dirk Williams picks up the garbage underneath and puts it in. 25-22. Kevin Swan guarded closely. Swan has hit 2 3-pointers so far, and we've got a whistle away.
That was number 52, Carlos Frazier, reaching over Aaron Mundy's back on that pass in by Swan, and that's a non-shooting foul. That's only the 4th team foul against the Rams.
So on the next foul, it will be bonus time for both teams. And we have another foul, and they're going to say that Aaron Monday climbed the back.
And that's 3.
So Aaron Monday will be now charged with his 3rd personal foul, and he will have to come out. And he'll come out in favor of Giovanni Williams, number 42. So Baker and Monday and Hunter are all on the bench for the Crabbers right now. Baker has 2 fouls, and Aaron Monday has 3. Again, Frazier at the free throw line. He's good on the first attempt.
Well, Hampton can get a 5, 6, 7-point lead and then just can't seem to extend it any further, and the Rams just creep back and are back within this ball game. In fact, they had the lead momentarily there in the first quarter.
6 out of 8 for Carlos Frazier from the free throw line here in the first half. And his team is down by a point. Paul Blackman forgets the ball, and it's knocked away. Who got it? They're going to say it belongs. See, that's where I wouldn't want to be official. I'm staring right at that plane. I couldn't tell you.
Well, he was down there, and he could see the young man was standing out of bounds when he bounced the ball.
For three, no. Swan misses. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it way out. Three-point try for Williams is no good. And then a foul on Giovanni Williams as he climbed the back of the Lafayette player.
Well, they are really close, calling them real close on those rebounds, Tim.
I'll tell you what else is happening, in my humble opinion here, is that Carlos Frazier's getting real good position inside.
Yes, he is.
And he's creating these fouls because he has got good position. Watch the replay here. Williams will fire for three. There you see, right there you saw where Frazier, who got the ball on the rebound, had good position, and that's what's causing this, in my humble opinion.
No, but that is true, and you've got to have good position to rebound.
You know, they once asked Wes Unseld, who was one of the best rebounders in professional ball, and not necessarily one of your tallest ones. You know, Wes Unseld was only 6'7", and of course he was 4'5" wide.
He's what you call a wide body.
A wide body, but Unseld attributed his ability to rebound on position. And of course, timing had something to do with that. Nice feed underneath as the Crabbers work the ball inside. Giovanni Williams gets the bucket.
That was a nice feed from number 22, Cedric Williams.
Dirk Williams puts it up, no good, and Williams had good position that time because the Mark Allison, number 34 for Lafayette, was on his back.
And that will be the first time that the Crabbers are in the 1-on-1 for the first half.
5:18 left to go in the first half. And I believe we might have had a technical foul. I'm not sure.
I think he called it against the Hampton bench. If that's the case, Cedric will have a 1-on-1. Lafayette will have two and then get the ball.
How does that work now? Oh, he's at a 1-on-1 from the foul.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Lafayette will have a two-shot foul if it's on the bench.
And
plus they get the ball. So if you're Hampton, you hope you make your two and they miss their two.
So you might be, as I was, momentarily confused to see no one at the free throw line, or should I say at the there besides the shooter. The reason for that was that there will be no rebounding or anything like that. Here you see now a two-shot foul, a technical called on the Hampton bench, as you said, Bob. Carlos Frazier, who has been deadly from the free throw line, hits the first.
So right now they're even, so if he hits this one, they come out ahead, plus they've got the ball.
He is 7 out of 10 from the free throw line. Make that 8 out of 11. Frazier with 14 points in the first half. I was looking down the Peninsula statistics. He doesn't show up in the top 20, so he must be having an awfully good night for him tonight. This is Frazier. His pass inside is knocked out of bounds, and they say it was last touch by Lafayette. Looked to me like Cedric Williams got that ball.
I would. That's no way I'd have called it. But you know that you're a Hampton fan, you got to be pleased with that call.
Buzzy Blanchard, the official, was right on top of the play. Ball belongs to Hampton.
And he was also the one that called the technical on the Hampton bench, and I'm not sure who it was.
Hampton leading by just 2 points. Gannon Baker retrieves. Kevin Swan guarded closely by Raymond Brown, number 44.
Lafayette has stepped their defensive pressure up a notch.
This is Mark Ash handling the ball. Baker.
Hampton's got to start setting some screens.
Passes to Williams. Good job on Williams' part to save that pass. Got it to Mark Ash, back to Williams. Williams puts it up, and it doesn't go. Batted around inside, finally controlled by Lafayette. Jerome Wright will set up. Good pass inside, lots of traffic. We've got a whistle, and they're going to count the basket.
I can't believe he's counting the basket. That is a bad call. And no way he was fouled before he ever turned towards the basket. No, you don't get continuation. This isn't the pros. Buzzy missed that one.
Giovanni Williams, number 42, called for the personal foul by Hampton.
Here we can see it, Tim. Right here, he is fouled right there. Then he turns around and jumps over the bounce. There's no way that could be a...
You're absolutely right. He was not fouled
in the act
while
of shooting
the ball.
No.
He was fouled before he took the shot. There's no question.
So that means that should have been a 1-and-1 and not a 2-shot.
And the basket counted.
Absolutely, should never have counted.
No, I have to agree with you on that, Bob, and I don't like to question the officials, but that was a tough call. Raymond Brown makes his team a 1-point leader, 29-28. Give the assist to the official on that one. Cedric Williams. Knocked out of bounds. It still belongs to Hampton.
Well, Hampton looks real ragged, and it may be that they're real tight because they know they have a chance to win the district, and you can win it outright tonight.
That might have been a back.
No, it was hit by a Lafayette Ram, so it couldn't have been back court.
Lafayette, as I mentioned earlier in this ball game, has come to play. They are playing a good ball game, and they lead right now. That's how good they're playing. Pardon my grammar.
Well, not only that, but it doesn't seem to me that the Hampton are setting any screens. They're not trying to open up anybody at all. And they're just, now they are getting the ball in bounds, but to run their offense, they're not. Maybe it's because they run in motion offense, but you got to set some screens when you're getting that much of a defensive pressure. Now, there was a nice screen.
Kevin Swan will fire, no good. And the rebound comes down for Mark Allison. The Rams with a 1-point lead. Kevin Swan reaches in, and he's called for the foul.
I tell you, Buzzy is just, he's taking over this game, and you can't let him play basketball. Enough said. I think we're going to see it on instant replay here.
Well, we won't see it all. 1-and-1 coming for Jerome Wright. He's got 2 points. And he does not get the first, and obviously he won't get a bonus shot. Travers trailing by a point. Gannon Baker left alone will shoot. Yes. Baker hits for his first points of the night. He's been held very quiet here in the first half. Drive the lane, dish it off, and a whistle and a foul.
Well, Hampton seems to be standing around when these people are driving by. They got to pick up their defensive pressure a little bit.
That'll be a third personal foul on Gannon Baker. So Baker will check back out. Well, this is hurting Hampton right now. They've got Baker with 3 and Aaron Monday with 3.
Hey, we're going to see this on the instant replay, Tim. You see, he drives in, he dishes the ball off. It's a loose ball. And then Baker gets a hand on the guy as he was shooting, it looked like. I don't know if he getting 1-and-1 or not. I didn't see it. Yeah, it was a 2-shot foul.
Raymond Brown hits the first. Tied at 30. 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in this first half. Raymond Brown now 3 for 3 from the free throw line, and he gives Lafayette a 1-point lead. Mark Ash for Williams, kick it out for Paul Blackman. Blackman is going to be fouled by Jerome Wright.
And I know the Hampton crowd is saying it's about time. They feel like they're being pressured and bumped, and they're not calling that, but they're calling the little piddly stuff down at the other end.
Hampton led 23-16 by 7 points at the end of the first quarter.
And here we can see the pass from Swan coming out, and watch the pressure here as he goes up and bumps him and pushes him. See, you can't be putting your hands on him, and that's what was happening.
Paul Blackman 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And it's back to a 1-point Hampton lead, 32-31. And all alone inside, missed the easy shot. Raymond Brown missed the easy one. Kevin Swan back to Paul Blackman. Hampton playing with 3 of their starters on the bench. Swan turn around and put it in.
Well, he lost that defensive man with that pivot. That was excellent because the defensive man didn't know which way he was going.
Could have called a foul there. Looked like Blackman got him right across the arm, but nothing called. 3-on-2. Cedric Williams kicks it back to Blackman. No. Follow shot, no good. And Carlos Frazier, 2-on-none, and then a foul by Williams as he grabbed the ball from behind. A good case for the intentional foul.
Yeah, it could have very well been called the intentional foul. Down at the other end, Hampton just had trouble getting the ball to the basket. They didn't use the basketball like they should have on one of the shots, and they should end up with 2, and their lead should right now be 5, but they can cut it to 2 right now. And we can see here, this is the foul, Jim. See, he was reaching for the ball, but he put his other hand on his back.
It was an obvious foul, but not necessarily an intentional foul. So as long as you got some ball, I guess that's what.
Yeah, and that's a tough call. I wouldn't want to try to call that thing.
Brown is 4 out of 4 from the free throw line. Big left-hander makes it 5 for 5, and he's got 7 points here in the first half.
Lafayette has not missed many foul shots tonight. They have been really tough on the foul line.
Inside of 2 minutes to go in the first half. Mark Ash drives, puts it up left-handed, no good. Giovanni Williams will put it up. It's good, and he's fouled.
It looks like to me that the Hampton Crabbers are not taking that ball strong to the basket. Mark Ash could have taken one more dribble and dropped that ball in the basket and ended up having to do get a rebound put up. And here you can see him, Tim. He fakes and puts that ball up left-handed, just kind of throw it up, but an awesome rebound. And nice fake there by Giovanni. Nice rebound.
Cedric Williams with a big rebound for 2. And just like that, Hampton's out in front by 5. Ball knocked away. The defense comes up big for the Crabbers. When I held up my hand a minute ago to tell you something, if my stats are right, that last foul on Carlos Frazier was his 3rd. That would be a big blow to Lafayette's chances if he should get in further foul trouble.
And he's still in the game.
Yes, he is. And Williams is fouled as he goes to the basket. Let's see who this one's on. This one's on number 34 for Lafayette. That will be Mark Allison. That'll be his 2nd.
34. I thought that was 24 that was guarding him. I guess it was 34. But 52 for the Rams set down. That's Carlos Frazier. So Ferrier wanted to get him out. Here you see the replay of that last sequence.
You see where Williams was shoved as he went across the lane there.
He was helped along, Tim.
9 points for Cedric Williams here in the first half. And Williams has 10.
And there's a big round of applause for number 50, Lonnie Mann, who is 6'6", 200 pounds, coming in for the Crabbers, and he is a big white body, Tim.
1:15 left here in the first half. Hampton 40, Lafayette 33. Paul Blackman steals, but then throws it away, and then over and back.
That was a good call. I didn't think he would catch that. .104 left. Lonnie Mann in the lineup for the Crabbers. Cedric Williams will inbounds directly in front of our broadcast position. Throws it into Paul Blackman. The Crabbers on the court are Giovanni Williams, 42. Kevin Swan, number 20. Paul Blackman, number 14. Lonnie Mann, number 50. This is Williams. Williams is a little strong, but Williams rebounds. That's Cedric Williams off of the missed shot of Giovanni Williams. And Williams... That looked like almost a planned play, didn't it,
yeah,
Tim?
the old, I'll throw it hard off the glass and you put it in. 9-point Hampton lead, a whistle and an offensive foul.
And that was a good call because I don't know if we got that on replay or not, but number 24 for the Ram, Dirk Williams, he threw his forearm off to get the defender away. Tim, that's 37 seconds, and Hampton was back to a 9-point lead. And here we're going to see it. Now watch him push off here. See?
Yep, he sure did.
Push right off with that left hand.
Back to the live action. This is Cedric Williams as Hampton now tries to eat the clock up for the last shot here in the first half, down to 19 seconds. Jeff Roberts back in the ball game for Lafayette, guarding Paul Blackman. This is Kevin Swan. Swan with 14 points, and then a foul is called against Raymond Brown. That's his first.
And that's, if you're the Rams, that's not who you want to put on the line. Kevin's an excellent foul shooter, but that does give the Rams a chance to get the ball and come on down and get a decent shot, and we'll see the replay on this.
8 seconds remaining in the half.
And you see he just reached in. I mean, it was obvious foul.
Hampton defending against a long throw down the court sends Lonnie Mann. There you see the scoreboard. Kevin Swan, his first free throw attempt. He's got 15 points here in the first half, averaging 17.2 per game. So he will improve his figures if he stays at this pace. Pressure by Hampton. They do find the open man, Lafayette does, and with 2 seconds remaining, Stacy Graves cans it for Lafayette, and we're at halftime.
Tim?
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention for
Go ahead,
Yes,
AJ.
AJ.
Tim, we're above your right shoulder again.
Parked in front of the school.
Revis Conrad
On the school building side of the
doing a little
driveway,
scouting out here. Revis,
And the
your
Hampton
thoughts here on
City
the first
Police are
half.
out there giving
I
tickets
thought
right
that
now.
Lafayette played a real hard first half. I thought the kids rebounded well as Hampton. Hampton's in a little bit of foul trouble with their two big players, Mundy and Hunter, and plus Gannon Baker picked up his third foul right before half. The last group that he had out on the floor did a real good job for Hampton. They did a good job picking some passes off, and they ran it up real quick. They got that little spurt that they needed. So they you know, it's up. I guess it's really up whether or not that Jerry can keep his kids playing the way they were the first half and try to ease back in it and not try to get it all back at one time. But Lafayette played a real good first half, and so did Hampton. I thought Hampton played a good first half. Hampton's very patient, very well coached, and so is Jerry's team. They're very well coached too.
All right, Revis, what about the Warriors' chances going into the tournament?
Well, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told Boo when he called me Saturday for the radio program. He asked me what I had to do to get to the Eastern Regional. I said I got to win 3 games. Somehow or another, I've got to win 3 games.
All right, good luck to you, Revis.
Thank you very much.
Revis Conrad, kicked-in Warrior coach.
Well, the reason Revis is here is his team is ranked 4th, so 4 and 5 play each other, and then they're in the same bracket as 1 and 8. So he's figuring, well, I'm going to win. I'm going to beat Bethel, and I got to be prepared to play Hampton. So that's why he's here with his lovely young daughter. And there's a shot of the young man was on a 1936 championship Hampton High football team, Tim.
All right, we've seen an exciting first half. Hampton led by 7 after the first quarter. They lead by 9 at halftime.
What this young man just did, Tim, is he gave every senior a gold crab stick pin for the tie, and he does this every year for the seniors playing on each team, and that's what the little presentation was about when Revis was talking with AG.
All right, we're at halftime. 44 for Hampton. Lafayette 35. We'll return with second half action right after this brief timeout.
Finally figured out what this thing does.
Halftime at Hampton High School, 44 to 35. The Hampton Crabbers leading by 9 at halftime. They were paced by 16 points from Kevin Swan in the first half, 12 points for Cedric Williams, 6 points for Eric Hunter. He sat out most of the second quarter with some foul problems. 6 points for Giovanni Williams, and 2 points from Gannon Baker, 2 points from Paul Blackman. Aaron Monday has 3 personal fouls, as does Gannon Baker for the Crabbers. So they've got a couple of players that have to be a little cautious here to start the second half. For Lafayette, they were paced by Carlos Frazier, who also picked up his third personal foul before the half. He's got 14 points, and 8 of those came from the free throw line, where he was 8 out of 11. Raymond Brown was 5 for 5 from the free throw line. He has 7 points at halftime. 2 points for Gerald Wynn, 4 points for Dirk Williams, 2 points for Jerome Wright, 3 points for Jeff Roberts on a 3-point shot, and Stacey Graves has the other 2 points to round out the scoring for Lafayette. At the first quarter, it was 23-16. The Crabbers were up by 7, and Lafayette did tie the ball game. In fact, they went ahead 29-28, kind of seesawed back and forth right around the 30-point mark. And then finally Hampton put it together late in the first half and made it a 9-point difference at halftime.
Well, Tim, it was an excellent ball game the first half. I thought Hampton played ragged in between, towards the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter. And then they started getting the stuff together and started setting some screens and running their offense. And then, of course, the defense come up with a couple of steals, which always helps you get some easy baskets.
Second half is underway. Inside, the shot doesn't go for Lafayette. And back come the Crabbers. This is Gannon Baker. Gannon with 3 personal fouls and 2 points. Bobby Croft gets you when he went by there?
I pulled my shirt clear out of my pants.
Ball goes out of bounds, belongs to Lafayette.
Well, at halftime, I was talking to D-Rock Kroom, if you remember him being the quarterback for the Crabbers a couple years ago. Started as a freshman at Hampton University and then had a kidney infection and did not play last year. In fact, they redshirted him, so he still has 3 years of eligibility left. It was good to see him.
Mark Allison hits for Lafayette. 44-37 is our score. Full court pressure on the ball. Gannon Baker, Williams, Eric Hunter in the ball game again, along with Aaron Monday. Baker and Monday have 3 personal fouls apiece. Gannon Baker connects.
He put that thing off the board. That's the only way it's going to go in, Tim.
4 points for Baker. 6:45 left here in the third quarter. Hampton looking to win the Peninsula District with a victory tonight. Nice feed left side for Aaron Monday.
And that started with defense and just a real sloppy pass on the part of the Rams. And that is the biggest lead. And Jerry Furrier says, hey, wait a minute. We're down 11. We need to turn around and get our stuff together again. So we got a quick timeout here.
48-37, Hampton. They've only outscored Lafayette by 2 points here, but they do, you're right, you got to get organized. You let this Hampton team start to run. You may have recalled at the very beginning of our telecast, AG had a chance to talk to Coach Ferrier, and he said that if we start to try and run with these guys, we're going to be in real trouble.
Right. Now here you're going to see that last score where Baker does a nice fake here, gets the ball back, and then drives in and bounces it, banks it off the glass.
Having a little bit of problem with our color there, but there you see the play.
An excellent shot. And boy, you see who was crashing the boards, number 44, Eric Hunter, and he is a fighter.
Well, he's the kind of guy you need. He'll get those rebounds for you, and that's what it's all about. This is Hunter almost stealing the ball. Carlos Frazier does not get the jam, as Cedric Williams said, not in my day or not.
I'm going to make you make him from the foul line, and that wasn't a bad foul that time. Wasn't bad at all.
And it really wasn't a cheap shot either. He just physically made sure that the guy didn't get the easy bucket.
Right, and let's look at that thing on replay. And here you said they almost steal, and he going up strong, and he just went and got all ball, got a lot of body, but he got ball too.
Carlos Frazier goes to the free throw line. As I mentioned, he was very successful there. 8 out of 11 in the first half. He's got 14 points in the ball game. He'll have 2 shots coming. And he is playing with 3 personal fouls.
He takes his time at the foul line, and that's good because you want to be relaxed. Nobody's guarding you. You need to get those points. Those are the, seems to be sometimes the hardest points to get. And yet nobody is guarding you.
10 out of 13 for the evening on Carlos Frazier. Almost lost. Hunter saves it, and a good effort by Gannon Baker to save the save. Cedric Williams will shoot, and a foul is called.
Eric Hunter was wide open. I don't know if we ever had that or not, but he was open, and Gannon just waited too late to get the ball to him. And when he got it late to him, I think we got that on replay. Here you go, that's the save. But he waited too late to get the ball into Eric, and here we can see the foul.
Back to the live action. 4-3, a little short. And Frazier gets the board for Lafayette. 48-39, Hampton leading by 9. Third quarter, 5:32 left in the third. Long rebound comes off for Dirk Williams, and he turns around and puts it right back in. He's got 6. Just a 7-point Hampton lead. Kevin Swan, Cedric Williams. Williams looking for the cutter. It's Swan. His little 8-footer is no good.
Nice tap in by Aaron Mundy.
Aaron Mundy got the rebound off of the missed shot by Swan and put it in, all in one motion. Ball is finally lost out of bounds. It was last touched by Hampton.
I'm watching that too, and I couldn't have called it either way. I just said jump ball. That was so close to who hit it before it went out of bounds.
Yeah, it's really a tough call. I tell you, these officials, we get on them once in a while, but they do a heck of a job. The most thankless job there is.
Now Hampton's in a zone, as they will sometimes go into, as out of bounds.
Picked off inside by Williams. He finds Baker on the other end of the court. Another follow-up by Mundy. He was hammered, no call.
Tremendous foul in there by number 44, Cream Mundy, and there was no call.
Nine-point Hampton lead, 50-41.
And that might have been counted a walk that time, but they didn't call it.
Baker can't get to the ball. It was a bad throw, and he just simply couldn't get to it.
Well, the official was in his way, but see, official is part of the floor. So, I mean, you run over him, I guess. But that's true. He is part of the floor. If he's out of bounds, this ball's out of bounds. If he's in bounds, it hits him.
Cedric Williams to Swan. Baker will chase it down. Hunter is wide open underneath. He finally gets it to him, and then Hunter looked like he traveled, but he was fouled. If we had that on replay, you'd see Hunter.
He might have shuffled his feet a little bit. He was wide open, and it took a second for Gannon to spot him. Had he got it in there quicker, he'd have had an uncontested layup.
No question.
And I think we got it coming, says Scotty. And here we see the steal by Baker gets the ball back, and now he spots. There he is, a nice pass.
Right here is what you don't see right there. In an effort to fake his man out.
And he may not have moved that left foot, which was his pivot foot, Tim. We couldn't see the continuation of that, but that may not have been a travel.
It's totally irrelevant because it was called a foul the other way, and Hunter connects on both free throws. So Hampton, again, leads by 11, looking for their first district title in 8 years.
Yeah, Paul Blackman comes in and replaces Gannon to give him a blow with 3:50 to go in the third quarter. And as a new one in for Lafayette, too, number 12 for the Rams is Jason Simpson.
Hunter with the rebound, looking down court for Cedric Williams. He's got a 1-on-5, so wisely decides to hold things up a bit.
Yeah, that was a smart move.
Give Lafayette credit for hustling down court. They've been playing a good ball game. Aaron Mundy looking inside, gives to Swan, to Hunter, to Williams, back to Mundy, and he is blocked and a foul.
He got ball, but the official Boyce said that he got him with the body. That's number 24, Dirk Williams. And how many do you have on him?
I have unofficially 4 on him. I was kind of looking across the way to see if the official score would give us some indication. Aaron Monday will go to the free throw line nonetheless.
And here's that last foul. And he's getting him with the body. Good shot, camera people. And we got Dr. Sam clear on the top over here. Had trouble getting down a minute ago.
He's in nosebleed country. Monday hits both free throws. And now Giovanni Williams will come in for Aaron Monday. Monday checks out with 6 points and 3 personal fouls. So Walter Brower is getting some quality time out of Monday here in the second half, playing with 3 personals. Knocked away by Blackman. Finally recontrolled by Lafayette. Again, Blackman knocks it away. This time, Giovanni Williams comes up with it. So Blackman, good job on the defense. Eric Hunter, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Eric Hunter. I was waiting to see how that one went.
Well, that's. I mean, the guy was there. Eric wanted to slam dunk that thing, and Simpson was there.
So that's a player control foul on the offensive charge. Pass is knocked away, and then Hunter is knocked out of bounds. Give Hunter credit for the hustle.
And we're going to see this shot right here, Tim, and he is standing there. Although he moves a little bit, you might want to give him the Academy Award on that. He did a little acting job, although he got by with it. And then he got turned around, and he was called for a foul out the other end, knocking Eric Hunter down. Now, you know that he's about half the size of Eric.
2:47 left here in the third. 54-41. Hampton up by 13. As big a lead as they've had. Lafayette continues to fight back. Kevin Swan will inbounds. Full court man-to-man pressure applied by Lafayette. This is Frazier playing with 3 personal fouls, guarding a smaller and quicker Paul Blackman. Kevin Swan guarded by Simpson. To Blackman. This is Mark Ash in the ball game now for Hampton, number 52. Back to Swan. He gives to Cedric Williams, double teamed momentarily. And Hampton now will again re-establish their game plan here. Mark Ash way at the top of the key. On the pass from Giovanni Williams, it's a little bit too long for Mark Ash.
The idea was great because he was open, but the pass was not so great.
54-41, 2:10 left in the third. Hunter, Gannon Baker, and Aaron Monday on the bench right now. Again, this goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of our coverage. Hampton is deep. They've got a good bench. Tip in. Give the credit on the tip in to Jason Simpson, number 12. 54-43, an 11-point Hampton lead. Mark Ash with a hook shot.
Nice half hook shot.
Ash with his first points of the night.
And all he did was flash into the lane and got a good entry pass.
And Cedric Williams called for the foul.
And Tim, I can't understand how he could make that call from this side. I mean, it's if he couldn't see if there's contact or not from this angle.
That's exactly right, because he was standing right in front of us, and I couldn't see. There was a screen, but apparently Buzzy Blanchard saw it and called it. And his call is the only one that counts, isn't it?
That's right.
All tipped out and taken by Cedric Williams. A minute 15 left here in the third quarter. 56-43. Hampton enjoying a 13-point lead. And they've got starters on the bench, so they're maintaining the lead, if not extending it. Kevin Swan, nice move to the basket, doesn't go. Gets his own rebound, tries to kick it out. He can't do it. Mark Ash finally gets the rebound. His shot is short. Kevin Swan battles and then is called for a foul. Oh, insult to injury there. He did a good job of trying to get to the ball, and the ball was thrown off of him out of bounds, and then he was called for a personal.
Well, see, Coach Brower is very upset, and I know why. There was all kinds of fouls, much worse than that before that one. And here we can see on the replay as they're fighting for the ball, and Mark goes up and makes a nice, and just really lost the ball going up. And, you know, there is no foul here. I don't see a foul.
Turn the ball over, back to the live action as Lafayette throws it away.
And Hampton may just try to work it for the last shot because there's only 30 seconds to go before the end of the third quarter.
56-43, Hampton up by 13. Depending on when you're watching this game and when it's being showed, there will be a 5-second violation against Hampton there. There will be quarterfinal action Friday and Saturday night. The 1st and 8th and the 4th and 5th place teams will be playing. And the 2nd and 7th and the 3rd and the 6th place teams will be playing. Is that correct, Bob? Did I get that right? 1st, 8th, 2nd, 7th, 3rd, 6th, 4th, 5th.
You got it.
They all go toward the middle, right?
You're right.
Now, if you're watching this after...
Just disregard all that stuff.
What I'm trying to say is the semifinals will be taking place at Hampton University.
Bob.
Yeah, go ahead,
Next
AG.
weekend.
There he is down there with Gordon White.
Gordon White, former coach. Gordon, 56-43. Things going pretty well right now.
Yeah, right now, AJ, it looks as if we're beginning to pull away. And what we're doing now is we're getting our act together on the boards, and our guards are weighing their guards down. And, you know, Lafayette, just by looking at them, they have trouble at the guard spot. So what we're doing now is beginning to take control.
What are some of the strong points on this Crabber team as you see it?
This Crabber team is strong all around. Good guard play, good inside play, and we got a lot of depth on this team, AG. These guys play together. They've been together for a while. We've got 1 or 2 newcomers, but they're in the groove now, and it's just about tournament time, and they're beginning to gel. So
that depth has paid off tonight. They had 3 starters in foul trouble early, and didn't seem to slow them down too much.
No, we have been able to go 9 or 10 strong and not lose the intensity. So that's one of the strong points of this team.
How far can they go?
I think they can go all the way, but it depends. You know, you have to take each game one at a time from night to night and see if we come to play, see if the intensity level is there. And, you know, I think we can go as far as we put our minds to going.
Okay, thank you. Gordon White. Tim, Bob.
All right,
Thank you, Gordon. And we just had a missed shot and a follow-up by, was it Eric Hunter?
Yep, sure was. 10 points on the night for Eric Hunter. Another good effort by Hunter, a two-sport star here at Hampton. I started to say a two-way player, but he's a two-sport star, which is not easy to say.
No, but you're right. And from what I heard, Bobby Croft told me that Eric Hunter has signed with Purdue in the Big Ten. So they're getting a fine athlete and a tremendous competitor.
Of course, those of you who may not be familiar with his prowess, and if you are, you're one of few. Eric Hunter, an outstanding quarterback for the state championship team of Hampton High School. He and Aaron Monday, who stepped to the free throw line here, combined for many a good play during the regular season and postseason play. Aaron Monday with 7 points now. This was one of the things I was reading in the Daily Press about the Hampton team that Walter Brower attributes to their overall success, is the fact that his football playing basketball players were able to get their basketball legs and get into the flow of the game so quickly.
Oh, and that is a big thing, Tim. I remember when I was coaching over Bethel, and Coach Kozlowski took that team all the way to the state and had Mike Dunn on it, and Mike played basketball for him. He was a 1,000-point scorer, and it took about 3 or 4 games before you felt like you got in basketball shape.
Foul on Monday, I
tell you, these little old piddly whistles, let them play basketball. That is not a foul. I just think they want to. I'm going to stop.
Well, Aaron Monday is called for his 4th piddly. And he'll come out of the lineup right now, replaced by Giovanni Williams.
Here we go. We can see this on a replay.
Yeah, watch this. We're talking touch city here.
I mean, he's going up for the rebound.
Watch this. Here it is.
He's not He's not hitting the guy.
He didn't push off.
And nobody got an advantage on that. Lafayette ended up with the basketball. What more do you want?
I think Boyce had called but 2 fouls all night, so I think that was his turn. I'm just kidding.
That could be. You know, I'm not getting on the officials tonight too bad, but you know, That's uncalled for.
We're getting some terrible feedback from somewhere here. I apologize. I think that was AG's mic that was crazy.
AG is checking to see if we're paying attention.
That's right. 60-44, Hampton by 16. Where Gannon Baker scores.
Nice pass inside, nice offside screen to open up Gannon.
For 3, it's no good. Back come the Crabbers. Kevin Swan to Baker, and he traveled. Took an extra step there.
I don't know. He may have, but he should have passed it. He had another man open underneath the basket.
Now, I've taken more than my normal fair share of shots at the officials tonight. I really hesitate to do that. This is a tough game to call, but there have been some questionable calls tonight, without belaboring that point. But you see them, and you call them the way you can.
And here we can see that. And we missed the first part of it, but he called traveling, but you got a step and a half.
That'll be goaltending.
And that is his call, but Tim, you can pin the ball against the backboard, and it was down below the rim when he hit it, so I don't know.
Goaltending is the call. Give to Cedric Williams. Give the assist to Kevin Swan.
Excellent pass by Kevin on the run with the dribble to be able to pass that ball that good and that clean.
Swan has not scored in the second half. He scored 16 in the first half. Simpson's shot is no good. The putback is no good. Battle for underneath, and Cedric Williams comes out with the rebound. Hampton quickly down the floor. Eric Hunter off the glass and good.
And he was no way going to get called for the for the charge that time. He jumped sideways, and Tim, that's a 20-point lead real quick. Hampton just becoming dominant.
Gannon Baker. So Hampton now starting to run, and
they got to call timeout if you're Jerry Ferrier.
That's what he's going to do. 5:53 left in the ball game.
And this game is just getting out of hand. Hampton is just showing how quick they are. They're stealing the ball, and they're getting down and getting easy layups. And when they do run their offense, they're getting nice, easy shots. And if you're Lafayette, you gotta call back and pick up your defensive pressure a little bit and do a better job blocking out on the boards. And here we can see a replay of that the last series where they missed the shot. Well, actually, it's a steal, and it's a long pass to Baker, and just nice layup. Notice how he kept his head up and watched the ball all the way, Tim.
Good point for the young viewers that might be watching this. You can never take your eye off that ball when you're going into the hoop, because you need to follow through. Every sport I know you need to follow through on, and basketball is certainly no exception.
I mean, you go from throwing the ball to hitting the ball with a club or a tennis racket or whatever. Follow through is very, very important. And a lot of people drop their head in basketball, and they don't realize that they're not falling through.
68-46, 5:53 left in the fourth. Hampton up by 22, hoping to clinch the Peninsula District title tonight. And they continue on that path. Kevin Swan for Hunter. Hunter fakes, and then he's fouled. That'll be if that's on Dirk Williams, my figures show him with 5.
That's 4. They're calling 4 over there,
Okay.
Tim.
That's why I was a little worried, because I wasn't sure I caught one earlier.
And here we can see it on the replay. Baker does a good job getting the ball into Eric Hunter, and he takes a one step, a nice fake, goes up, and the only way you're going to stop him is you got to foul him. We're getting a nice, there's a good shot at Dr. Sam. Don't fall, Sam. That's kind of tedious up there.
Up there in nosebleed country.
I tell you, he said that's too high for him. We're getting a nice shot of these cheerleaders from Lafayette. You just caused a buzz. They are very acrobatic.
Pretty good crowd on hand for Lafayette. There you see A.G. Womble appreciating some of the cheerleading. I saw him applauding some of the
he wants to get out there and interview them.
Yeah, I bet he does. Now I'm talking about some of the action on the floor a little while ago when Hampton started a little scoring burst there. A.G. was applauding him. He was playing spectator in this game.
He's allowed to do that.
Is he?
He's not interviewing anybody right now. That's allowed.
Are we allowed to do that too?
We got to be a little more impartial, I think.
I don't do a very good job of it. 12 points for Eric Hunter as he goes to the free throw line. And Hunter continues to shoot well from the free throw line. He is 5 for 5 from the charity stripe.
And no jinx.
6 for 6.
I thought for sure you had jinxed him.
I know, I always hesitate to do that. In a close game, I wouldn't have done it. 70-46. This game is getting out of hand as Lafayette stuck with Hampton as long as they could. But I just think Hampton's got too many guns. Ball last touched by Lafayette. I'll tell you one thing, Lafayette is a good team with a 7-13 record.
And that's got to be foul number 5 if it's on number 24, Frazier. And that's who it's on.
That's who it is. And Frazier will, no, that's not Frazier, that's Dirk Williams.
Dirk Williams, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Williams will check out of the ball game with 5 personal fouls and 6 points on 3 baskets, no free throw attempts. Jerry Ferrier will replace him with James Cooper, number 54. First time in the ball game for Cooper. And Eric Hunter will go back to the free throw line where he is doing well. I won't jinx him, hopefully. 1-and-1 coming for Hunter. God did it. His first miss of the night. But Hampton gets the rebound. Gannon Baker with 8 points gives to Kevin Swan, who hasn't scored until now here in the second half. He's got 19, had 16 at halftime. And stolen again. Swan will get the assist. Gannon Baker will get the shot.
And they're about to blow him completely out. It's 29-point lead right now. And that's hustle.
Baker with 10 points and a foul inside. This one's going to go against Hunter. That'll be his 3rd. Both teams are over the limit, so we'll be seeing at least a 1-and-1 from this point. No great surprise tonight in the fact that Hampton will apparently win unless a miracle were to occur, unless we had the lights go out. Aaron Monday will come in for Eric Hunter. Monday's been taking a breather now for a couple of minutes, and Hunter could use the rest. Hunter with 14 points on the night.
And, you know, if I'm going to pick a player of the game, Tim, you know, you kind of have to go with either Swan or with Eric Hunter, because they both have been doing more than one thing. Eric Hunter has been rebounding and scoring, playing good defense, and Swan has been doing an excellent job of stealing the ball, making assists, hitting the shot when it's open. So that's my 2 choices. So you guys fight over them. Or come up with another.
18 points for Carlos Frazier. He's been relatively quiet here in the second half. He had 14 at halftime and has just 4 here in the second half. Hampton now has a lot of the reserves in there. Newby's shot is no good. Aaron Monday does put it in, and he's got 10 points. So Hampton now has 4 players with, make that 5 players with double figures. Roberts from way outside doesn't go. Batted around and finally controlled by Paul Blackman of Hampton. Gannon Baker now with the ball. He's got 10. Williams has 14. Swan has 19. Hunter has 14. And Monday has 10. So 5 Hampton players in double figures. And then we've got a foul inside. Giovanni Williams with 6 has a chance to add to his total.
Now they're just playing a open offense and are cutting men through the lane and down the lane and just getting excellent shots, and have really frustrated a fine Lafayette team.
Hampton led by 9 at halftime, but in the second half here have gone way out on top, 77-48, as Giovanni Williams misses the first of the 2.
And you can see right there with the getting a foul, the ball was really hit cleanly, but then looked like one of the other guys hit him in the body.
Williams now with 7 points. And it's a 30-point lead just like that. So Hampton led by 13 at the beginning of the fourth quarter and just have turned on the afterburners. They've added 22 points in the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. That's pretty strong, isn't it, Bob?
It is. It's devastating if you're on the other end of it.
That's a 44-point quarter if you stay at that pace. 78-48. And we've got a double dribble. Turn the ball over. Kevin Swan comes back in for Hampton. Sean Boyers, number 32 for Lafayette, will come in for the first time. Gannon Baker will check out, and Hunter will come back in. Giovanni Williams comes out. So the Hampton team now has the front line of Hunter, Monday. Well, they're the front line. Then you got kind of a 3-guard offense from there. You got Kevin Swan, Paul Blackman, and Glenn Newby, number 34. I'm not sure exactly what position Newby normally plays. Let's see if we can find out here. Newby's a guard, so you got a 3-guard and a 2-forward offense. Or I guess you'd call Monday your center.
But you're right, they're playing 3 guards and 2 forwards, exactly what they're playing. They're not playing a center, so to speak.
Although Monday is listed as your center. And then we got a jump ball, and the possession arrow points in favor of Lafayette. .309 to go, 80-48. Hampton has cracked the 100-point mark several times this season. This won't be one of them, apparently.
Well, that's a jump ball, which will give the ball right back to the Crabbers.
Although with 3 minutes left, they could score 20 points.
I tell you, this is a very explosive team. You're right.
Again, one of the advantages of getting a substantial lead like this is you can play a lot of players, and that's what Coach Brower has been doing now. He's got different combinations, and you got Mark Ash. Now he's gone back to a true 2-guard, 2-forward, 1-center offense now. Got Mark Ash in there. He's got Ash and Hunter at the forwards. This is Blackman. Blackman will put it in.
But did you see that steal? Swan not only stole the ball, but threw a blind pass to get that assist.
Swan is smooth. That's all there is to it.
He has got such quick hands.
From 15, shot no good. Back come the Crabbers, 2-on-1. Hunter will go in and jam.
You knew that was coming.
That's your high percentage shot by Eric Hunter.
He wanted that.
And he's getting high fives from his teammates. Lonnie Mann coming back in for the Crabbers. And he'll replace Eric Hunter, who gets a standing ovation from his teammates and fans alike. I guess Hunter could run for president of the student council.
I think he would win hands down.
Knocked out of bounds by Hampton. 84-48. Hampton has run away here in the second half. 18 points for Eric Hunter tonight, 19 for Kevin Swan. We have a foul inside. You mentioned the Crabbers have spread it around pretty evenly. 10 points for Baker and Monday. 7 points for Giovanni Williams. 14 for Cedric Williams. All these figures unofficial.
And here we can see that. I think we're going to see the jam. I don't know what we're going to see here. Oh, it's a turnaround steal. Now watch this. Oh, what happened?
We lost it. Blackman skies for the rebound. I mean, Joe Lewis, our slow-mo Joe, doesn't have that jam on tape for us. I'm sure he does. I bet you can go back to it. I bet you can. Inside, Monday off the glass and good. Aaron Monday with 12 points. 86-48. Mark Ash gets aboard for Hampton, looking to pass down court. It's intercepted. And a bad pass will give it back to the Crabbers.
And I believe everybody's going to come out but Lonnie Mann, Tim.
Going to have some names I haven't mentioned tonight. Pete Baycott, number 10. Number 30 will be Kobe Perry.
Number 40, Michael Williams.
Michael Williams. Sure, you get the easy ones. Glenn Newby, who has played earlier, is in the ball game. And then we've got a traveling call. Another new face, Terrence Rabcott. How's that? How we did that?
That sounds good to me.
Rapsot, that's what
Rapsot
of Lafayette is in there. So we got pretty much the bench warmers who've come in to get a chance to get a little action. Lonnie Mann, turn around.
Oh, nice touch on that ball.
I should hasten to add, I don't mean the term bench warmers as derogatory. I meant subs. Some people might mistake that as being a derogatory term, and I certainly don't mean it that way. 88-48, Hampton blowing away the Lafayette Rams by 40. Crabbers looking at least to hit that 90 mark. Now you go back to those days of Arnold Baker and Warren Chapman, those guys, every once in a while they'd hit one of those 80 and 90 point games, but I'll never forget one game when Warren Chapman stole the ball at half court. Warren was not exactly the fleetest of foot, but he had about 7 or 8 paces on everybody, and he jammed it, and this place went crazy. I mean, I'll never forget that as long as I live. It's one of those things that you live for. Vicariously, because God knows I could never get up high enough to jam it.
Well, if you had a trampoline and a ladder.
That's right. I was watching the NBA slam dunk contest over this past weekend, and watching that little Spud Webb. He is something else. Glenn Newby for 2. So Newby gets his name in the score column, and it's 90-48. Pass underneath, blew the layup and got the rebound and put it in. That was number 40, Keith Pressey for Lafayette. This is Kobe Perry, gives to Lonnie Mann. Mann puts it up, but he charged into the Lafayette player.
That was not a good pass. You don't pass that to your big man going down the middle. You get it to a guard. You had a few seconds to go to get a good shot off. But this is going to end it up, and the Crabbers have really dominated the second half. I mean, it wasn't even close.
In for Glenn Newby. And there's the buzzer to end the ball game. And the Hampton Crabbers have clinched.
Undisputed champions of the Peninsula District.
They win the Peninsula District and an automatic berth in the Eastern Regionals 2 weeks from now.
The first round game of the Peninsula District Tournament here Friday night. The Crabbers will meet the Monarchs of Menchville High School at
So
8
Hampton
p.m.
will play Menchville
There will be a girls game at 6:15.
Friday night here at Hampton High School.
Wait, I don't think they play Menchville.
The Peninsula District Tournament
And I'll
here
tell you why,
Friday night.
Menchville is in last place, and they don't even get in.
That's right. They're in 9th place.
Yeah, so it's the
Actually,
8th place team.
Warwick that they would play.
They don't play Warwick. That's it. I think the announcer is wrong.
He is wrong because in the standings, it shows that Menchville has been eliminated. So that is incorrect. Hampton will play Warwick, AG.
Tim?
Yes, you got Coach Walter Brown.
Go ahead.
First of all, Walter, congratulations. I think this is your first outright district championship. Have to be pleased.
Very pleased, very pleased. The first outright district championship since I've been head coach.
Automatic berth takes a little pressure off of you in the tournament.
Yeah, but we also have a goal in the tournament because no one has won the tournament 3 times in a row, so that's something to shoot at.
All right, you got to be proud of these 2 young men here.
Very proud, I tell you. I was a little worried in the beginning, but hey, we got it together. We came out and played good defense and ran the offense well and got the job done.
All right, Eric, great game. Congratulations on the championship. They were tight there early, but you seemed to wear them down. What was working well for you?
Well, basically, Coach told us to come out here, get a fast tempo, and that's what Kevin Swan, Gannon Bacon, and Paul, that's what they did, and that set the tempo.
All right, tell us about that slam dunk.
Well, Paul threw the ball, he threw it real good, and I just got it and just dunked.
Okay, I understand you signed with Purdue today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to good things from Purdue.
All right, going to be quarterbacking, hopefully?
Yeah.
All right, great game tonight, and congratulations. We're going to be watching y'all the rest of the way.
All right.
All right, Kevin, congratulations, championship here for the Crabbers. Big win by 42 points. It was a little tight earlier, but things went well for you tonight.
Yes, well, we knew at halftime they were playing really good defense. They were overplaying, so Coach Broad told us to make some more backdoor cuts and to push the ball in the second quarter, and the score dictated that.
Kevin, I haven't seen but a few of the games, but this had to be one of the better games this year for the Crabbers.
Yes, especially in the second half. We were emotionally hot for the game, knowing that we could win the district outright tonight. We didn't want to play Ferguson tomorrow in a neutral site, so we just had to take care of business.
Fantastic passing going on out there tonight.
Thank you. Everything clicked for us tonight. I think we were real aggressive on defense and the offense as well.
How do you practice that blind pass?
Well, I kind of, after I stole the ball, I knew Paul was behind me, so I just threw it out there. I didn't know it was going to go directly to him.
Great game, Kevin.
Thank you.
All right, Kevin Swat. Coach, going into the tournament now, you say the goal is the Crabbers have a few goals left to accomplish here.
Yes, you know, I was talking to Mike Keach, and we don't think anyone has ever won the district tournament 3 times in a row, so it's definitely something to shoot at.
Okay. Great game, Walter, and good luck in the tournament.
Okay, thank you very
Walter
much.
Brower.
AG, thank you for that.
AG, that was great. You know, and I didn't realize that no team has won the district tournament 3 years in a row. That is a good goal to go for, because you got to have a goal. You have a tendency to relax because you've already made it to the regionals, but you want to play games, keep your people sharp. You don't want to get knocked off in the first or second round. You want to go ahead and get it on to the final, win it, keep that momentum going, and that's a good goal to have for these young men.
A 36-point fourth quarter just simply blew Lafayette right back to Williamsburg. As they had stayed close, they were only down by 7 after the first quarter. They were only down by 9 at halftime, Lafayette was. They made a close game of it, and they were down by 13 after 3. And then Hampton said, we want to win this game more than you do, and they showed it.
Well, and Tim, I think that the key to this thing was the defense. Hampton just started playing a little tougher defense, did a little bit better job blocking out on the boards, got some real easy baskets, which starts frustrating the other team, and they start trying to do some things that they should have done. They should have gone ahead and gone back to their offense and stayed with it. But you can't take anything away from Lafayette. They come out here, especially that first half, and played an excellent ball game, but it was just all Hampton the second half. They did everything they wanted to do, and they did it well.
And they did it real well. They did it to the tune of 92 points. They win 92-50 over the Lafayette Rams.
Hey, I have to apologize to the fans. The reason I'm laughing, Bob Croft is, oh, what can I say, Tim?
He's Bob Croft. 14-2, that's the Hampton record, and they are 19-2 as they win game number 9 in a row en route to their Peninsula District Championship. Our congratulations to Coach Walter Brower and his excellent Hampton High School team. They will get an automatic berth in the regional playoffs, but the Peninsula District will be taking place the weekend of the, what am I going to do here, the 17th and 18th, and then the 24th and 25th. We'll be at Hampton University.
Right, we'll pick it up during the semifinals. The first round will be played at the individual schools, whoever is the number 1 seed. For instance, Hampton High will host Warwick. The girls' number 1 seed, Phoebus, will play the first game here, and they will play whoever is the 8th place team for the girls. So there will be a doubleheader at each site.
All right, this game is history. Hampton wins 92-50. For Bob Hinson, A.G. Wumble, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
Good job, guys. Bob.